Hello, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I thank you so much. I'm really grateful. If you believe you are unlucky, then you need to hear this. This will be really hard for you to hear, and I believe that you are ready to listen, especially if you are able to click on this video to listen to what I have to say. If you're new here, my name is Bunta. I'm a spiritual healer, and I create content, all things related to spirituality. If you're interested in things like that, finding meaning of your life, purpose of your life, then you are in the right place. Please consider subscribing so we can share this journey together. My intention for this video is to bring awareness to this limiting belief that you may be holding. If you believe that you are unlucky, if you believe that you are unworthy, if you believe that things just go wrong for you, that you are just not blessed, then you really need to hear this. And I really want you to listen to me carefully. And I know it's going to be hard for you, but you are ready, okay? And I'm not one of those people that keep saying that it just take time for me to get started, you know? Everything that's happened to you, that is happening to you, that will be happening to you, are the result of your choices. I know. You feel like, what the fuck? I mean, it's quite obvious for some of you if you're thinking like, duh, right? But I want you to really meditate on this, really contemplate on this, that everything are a result of your choices, okay? We manifest our reality constantly, even right now. The choices that we make really shape the reality that we live in. And of course, there are things that we cannot control. There will always be things that we cannot control. And there will be things that just happened out of the blue that we don't even know if that was as a result of your choices or not, you know? So what I'm trying to say is, the difference is awareness, okay? Spiritual awareness as well. The awareness that you are actively manifesting in real time, all the time, infinitely. The awareness that each choices you've made in the past, in your past lives, in an infinite amount of time, shape the very being that you are. And all of this is governed by the divine consciousness, by the universe, by God. And the fact that you are taking the pause to really listen, to really take time to listen to this and really soak it in, you are also creating space where you are creating with God, where you are manifesting your reality. The reality that you are manifesting right now is one where you become more aware of your choices, become more aware of the person you were and you are and that you will be. So let's just take a pause for a moment to really soak that in. You know, when I really meditated on this, I was really just like taken back for me, because you know, it's like saying that everything that happened to me, all the shitty things, you know, were because of me as well. Like, you know, I have a hand in it, you know. I made it happen, including all the variables that were not controllable, right? Or divine intervention, or just like factor that we just cannot physically control, spiritually control, or, you know. And that is something that I'm constantly exploring myself. How much of it do we actually have in our hands, in our being, to really manifest? And it is my leap of faith that God is always with us. The universe is creating, it's always loving us infinitely amount. It's like this, I really take this belief that we really do have control over the things that we are creating. It just, the manifestation in physical matter just takes a lot of time because they're very, very dense. Matter is the densest form of manifestation, and spirituality, all of the things spiritual world are things that are closest to the source, to God. Those things are just very fastly, very quickly vibrating, and these things just dynamically and just change all the time. And the way they manifest is instantaneous. It's like when I described how I experienced like the Holy Spirit, or like God just lifting me up from like my soul up. I really feel like the moment I accessed it, it's just instantaneous. It's like it's beyond words how I could describe it. And so I want us to really take that in and realize how incredibly loved you are by the Creator. It's taking my time as well. I'm so sorry. I obviously this video, I try to be as raw and as honest as I can. Part of why I create this video is also to share my own personal spiritual journey and helping others along the way who resonates with what I'm saying. And I like to for us to have that relationship. I don't want to be put on a pedestal, and so the way I teach, the way I relay the message from our Creator, I want it to be as egoless as possible. And for me to do that, I just need to accept my humanness and just, roll with the punches, I suppose. So take the time to just ponder about the choices that you are making today. And you really have control over them. You can have control over the food that you're going to be taking. You have the control of where you're going to be spending your time. If you're going to be reading a book or see a friend. And yes, there are things that we cannot control, like our emotions, our finance. Because these things are still in the material, and that they're the last thing that will manifest as a result of our consequences, of our choices, right? So an easiest one I can explain is like our diet, right? So if you're a thin person, you're having 5 burgers in a day, you would not get obese the next day. But if you do that for the next year or two, then you probably gain a lot of weight. A better example, even better example that's more physical, is like building a building, like an actual building a building. Yeah. So a whole building, it takes a lot of time to really nail that in, to really finesse, or like artwork. I'm a designer, so for me to be able to do my work productively and creatively and really flow, I take time to really build it, and I manifest, I create, right? I create with God. As always, we always create with God. And it takes a lot of patience to create something physically, but at the spiritual and mental level, I always keep in this awareness that that this process is happening instantaneously. God is guiding us instantaneously, because it's all uniting all together. And the things that are separating us from this feeling of togetherness is our limiting belief, which is part of our ego. Our ego is the sense of self, the sense of our perceived reality. We'll always have this before we merge with the divine, merge with God, merge with the universe. This false separation, I would say, it depends on our observation. So when you started to shift your perspective, looking deep within, finding God, finding that peace, serenity within, find that quietness, what you're really doing, you're also merging yourself, your ego, with God, not really wrapping your ego around God, because that is what happened when spiritual ego taking place, but just realize our humanness, that we still remain human, that there's still a long way to go to reach to this is what I believe, to reach to the source. It takes infinite amount of time, infinite amount of patience, infinite amount of gratitude, knowledge, and everything. So be patient with this. If it, don't be so hard on yourself, and always self-compassion, self-love is one of the key things to really succeed in spirituality and spiritual ascension. You need to learn to love yourself. As you learn to love yourself, you also learn to love others. This is my core belief. Again, that's it. I feel like I gave you a lot to think about. And again, thank you so much for listening thus far. And I hope everything goes well for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.